Hey everybody, long time no see, right? Yeah, sorry about that. It's been, I haven't done anything for 2014 yet. I apologize for all that, and sorry for taking so long, but here is the new entry for the blog. And let's not even talk about what's happening, let's just jump right into it. Today, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite Japanese wrestlers. I wish I had the wider view, because the Rainmaker himself, Kazuchika Okada. And forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But, yeah, you're going to see me looking off to the side because I got my computer screen over here. But I want to talk about it because, for several reasons. For one, I'm, like I said, I'm talking about more of my favorite wrestlers, and Okada definitely is at the top right now of my just favorites, not just in Japan, not just in New Japan Pro Wrestling, which is where he is currently champion, is the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. But he's just one of my favorite wrestlers right now, just like using the ring, and he's quickly becoming one of my favorites, period. And more on that in a second. Let me give you guys a little backstory. In case some of you don't know, a lot of times with wrestlers, especially what New Japan does, and Noah does this too, that's Pro Wrestling Noah, by the way, when they get like new guys, or they've got new guys that they've trained, they send them on excursions either to Europe or the North America. Actually that's like pretty much the primary two places they send them, but they send them on excursions to get them more experience and more things like that, which I think is a great thing. And Okada was one of the guys who this happened with. He was in TNA for a while. He had a kind of a lame gimmick, as he was kind of like Samoa Joe's kind of like, I don't know, he was Okado, because he was like the Kato to Samoa Joe. I guess Samoa Joe was Green Hornet. I don't know who in the world thought that was a great idea, but why not just have Samoa Joe just tag team with the guy who was there? I don't know. That whole thing is screwy. Not even bother trying to figure out what TNA is going through. That's another video entirely. Anyway, so Okada does his excursion. He comes back, and they switch up his gimmick and everything. They call him, and they give him the nickname the Rainmaker. They call him Rainmaker, and even his finisher is like a wrist lock transition to a lariat. If you guys have never seen Okada wrestle, I'm gonna provide some links to some highlights and some matches, and I think one video that's on YouTube is the match where he won the IWGP Heavyweight title the first time, like the last few minutes of the match. So I'll put those links in the description down below. Anyway, so why am I discussing this about Okada? Why am I bringing this up? Because I just think the guy is amazing, and as everyone knows, I'm a mark. I'm a smart mark, and I don't care who knows it. I don't care. Quite frankly, I don't care who calls me that. I was like, it's like, oh, people say, oh, you're a smart mark. I'm like, really? No kidding. Oh, man, I didn't know that. The number of wrestling t-shirts I have and DVDs and how I followed on the internet and go to shows all the time. I had no idea I was a smart mark. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I'm talking about Okada because, you had a guy who went from, just another student to he is like on top of the wrestling world right now. To me, it's a very, very small list of people who are better than Okada right now. And the funny thing is, for me, a lot of Japanese wrestlers are on that short list. And to me right now, he just keeps staying at the top of it. I know that a lot of guys talk more about Hiroshi Tanahashi, who he beat for the title twice, and they traded it back and forth. And and nothing's wrong with Tanahashi. Tanahashi's fantastic. I just like Okada's edge a little bit more. I love his style when he comes out to the ring. His music, how he carries himself when he's coming out to the ring, his poses, his drop kicks. Oh my God! If you've never seen this dude do a drop kick, I hope it's in one of the links down below. This guy does a drop kick like you've never seen. This guy's amazing with those drop kicks. I'm sorry, like I said, marking out. And even the Rainmaker, man, it's like when he hits it, you believe the match is done because he will crack someone's jaw with that thing. And so and let's even point out the fact that I think this is kind of an unfair comparison in some ways, but a lot of people call Hiroshi Tanahashi the John Cena of New Japan, which I think is kind of like I don't know, that has too much of a negative connotation to it, and even because I'm even one of the few people who does not hate. I'm one of the few people who doesn't hate John Cena, as covered in an earlier video, but no, I just the fact that Tanahashi has been New Japan's top guy, and the first time Okada beat him, it was on a major show, but it wasn't like a major show like they had it didn't seem like they had built it up like a whole lot. It was just like this guy pinned him while he was champion, and that was his first reign, and everybody was kind of like, whoa, hold on, didn't see that coming. So yeah, and then Tanahashi won it back, but then this started a great feud between these two guys. One of the greatest feuds of the past couple of years, has been Tanahashi and Okada. And simply because these two guys will work themselves silly to beat one another. But let's look a little bit at title history here. Between with Okada, especially in relation to Tanahashi. When Tanahashi had won the IWGP title for his fifth time at Wrestle Kingdom 5 at the Tokyo Dome show every January 4th when they have this, and Okada beat him at a show called The New Beginning, beginning his first reign, ending an over 1 year reign of Tanahashi, which especially when you're dealing with someone like no one expects to win the match first time out, you don't expect that. I mean, especially when you consider Okada is a member of a stable called Chaos. It was the top heel stable in New Japan. I think it's kind of like an in-between stable now because they have two other heel stables which are fantastic. I might do a video on each of those, the Suzuki-gun and the Bullet Club. I love both of those stables. They are full of fantastic wrestlers and they do great work. But yeah, Okada's he's not the leader of Chaos. He's in it. The leader of Chaos is Nakamura, and Tanahashi and Nakamura met several times, of course, and they even met recently in a match for the IWGP Intercontinental title, which is again something altogether. But it's almost like one of those old saying lines of say if let's go old school this for a minute. Let's say if old school NWO, let's say WCW, let's say the top face would be Goldberg, and if the NWO was still together as core, Hulk Hogan, is trying to get a match but he can't beat Goldberg, but then also you have let's say if Randy Savage beats Goldberg and won the title. This is all hypothetical, by the way, in case I lost anybody out there that didn't actually happen. I'm just saying. It'd be that level. It'd be that level of oh wow, it's not saying that nothing wrong with Randy Savage, and nothing's wrong with Goldberg. I mean, but you wouldn't think Randy Savage, who is not even the leader of the stable he's in, would be the one to beat the top guy in the company who has the title at the time. I think that was one surprise, especially when but it really told people how much they were placing in Okada right away, and how much they really saw. I mean, because quite frankly, Okada's manager is Gedo, and whenever Okada does his Rainmaker pose, Gedo is on the ring apron doing like this, and quite frankly, Okada is money right now. I want an Okada t-shirt. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I can get one, but I want me an Okada t-shirt, man, because I would rock that all over San Antonio. I would, and I don't even care if he was like, "What's that shirt mean?" And say, "Man, it's for the Rainmaker, dude. You better ask somebody." But anyway, I'm babbling. Forgive me. Anyway, going back. So Okada wins the belt at the New Beginning. Tanahashi wins it back about 4 months later. Yeah, about 4 months later at a show, Dominion 6.16, which is June 16th, sorry. And then they feuded a little while longer, and they kept feuding. And then Okada wins it back at Invasion Attack. Coincidentally, this is the same show that Rob Conway appeared on when he defended the NWA World Heavyweight title for the first time in a while in New Japan. But and Okada's still champion now. He's actually, as of right now, I think it's at 297 days. and with a lot of title defenses, his most recent being the one at the Tokyo Dome show back on January 4th again against Tetsuya Naito. Yeah, man. But you know, Okada is a great example of just this hard work paying off. Of someone who, you know, I kind of get sick of this phrase, but it does ring true. Sometimes he started from the bottom, now he's here. So, you know, he worked hard. You know, he was in a crappy gimmick in TNA, which is a redundant phrase at this point. But he worked hard, and he just kept getting better and better, and he has a whole lot of moves in his repertoire, and you know, and like I say, he hits that Rainmaker almost picture perfect every single time, and he's just really great to see. I'm happy to see this guy because I'm a huge fan. I know recently, and this is kind of a hint to Mr. Bruce Thorpe, nudge nudge, wink wink, that New Japan and the NWA have a really good working relationship, and they've actually had a few guys from New Japan, including Geto, Okada's manager, here and in San Antonio and Houston. I cannot even begin to tell you how much my year, or any year that it happens, will be made if I got to see Okada live in San Antonio and meet him. That is something I hope. I got to meet Jushin Thunder Liger this past year. That was the biggest thrill for me. Oh my God, I had to keep him going and just going starstruck because, and he's such a nice guy. You know, again, he's in New Japan. But and another reason I'm bringing this up is because there's another guy who's on the excursion in the United States right now, and I've seen him wrestle twice. And forgive me if I mispronounce your name, sir. Takaki Watanabe. Again, Watanabe-san, I apologize if I mispronounce your name. I'm sorry about that. And he's great. Watanabe is fantastic. I have seen him twice, and each time it's like, I'm surprised this guy's still on excursion. I think that he's just as good, if not better, than a lot of the guys right now. And Watanabe qualifies as not light heavyweight, it's a junior heavyweight. That's the term for him in Japan. And that's how Okada started. He was a junior heavyweight. You know, he wasn't one of the bigger guys. But he got so good, he got to the heavyweight division and won the title. I foresee Watanabe doing the same thing. I think he can do it because I think he has just as much promise and talent as Okada did back in the day. So that's just my opinion. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Do you have any opinions of Okada, and just specifically Okada for now? And actually, Okada and Watanabe, for those of you or those of my friends in Texas who've seen him, or anyone who's seen him live, or seen him any kind of way. What do you think of Watanabe? What do you think of Okada? I'll probably do a video of Tanahashi pretty soon. What do you guys think of the Rainmaker? What do you guys think of Watanabe? Please, leave me a comment if you want to do your own video and reply to me. That'd be awesome too. But guys, let me know what you think. Let me know. Am I crazy for thinking of this about Okada? Am I wrong for thinking about this about Watanabe? Let me know. I want to know what you guys think. I want to thank you guys for sticking with me. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. You guys take care and you have a good one. God bless. Peace.